In this video tutorial, I'd like to do my best to explain the difference in the average mode that is given as examples in Aspen Gradebook. Most teachers in the Knox County School District choose category total points, but I want to make sure that they completely understand the difference between that and categories only. First of all, in this example, you can see that this teacher has three categories. They have tests, quizzes, and classwork. Please take note that classwork is only 20% of their grade in this example. That means that if the teacher gives a 10-point homework assignment, it's not worth very much. And so it's not really going to affect their grade overall if they don't do it. Likewise, if it gets to be the end of the term and you have kids that are making up assignments, if they're small in number in a category that doesn't weight very heavily, then it's really also not going to make a very big difference in their grade. Oftentimes people ask me the difference between category total points and categories only, and this is the best way that I can explain it. If I'm in your class and you have category total points and you give me a 10-point quiz, it's a 10-point quiz worth in a category worth 40%. Then you give me a 50-point quiz. Those quizzes are treated differently within the category. If I'm in categories only, a 10-point quiz is the same amount as the 50-point quiz. If I get a 9 out of 10 and a 45 out of 50, both of those are 90s, and they weight as 90s in the category that's worth 40%. So it's very important to understand the difference between categories only and categories total points. If you're going to use category total points, sometimes it's a good idea to make sure that if you have a low weighted category, such as this one in classwork, that you make all your homework assignments worth 100. Most elementary school teachers follow that rule, but I just wanted to point that out to make sure. You can select total points if you calculate averages by just dividing the total number of points by what they have. So for example, if a student gets 100, a 90, and an 80 for grades, the student averages a 270 divided by 300, which is an average of 90. It's quick, simple, easy. You can select categories and assignments if you want to weight both categories and assignments within the categories. I do not recommend selecting categories and assignments because it gets to be a convoluted mess at the end of the term. A good example of this would be if you have a homework category that's worth 25%, but each homework within the category is weighted differently. For example, you would weight reading homework different from writing homework in a language arts class. So that's an example of that. Again, most teachers in the Knox County District use category total points or categories only, just depending on what type of assignments they're planning on giving.